Now the business is coming up nearly to 9 years old, which is fantastic. Where do you see, if you look maybe 4 or 5 years into the future, where do you see the industry going as a first point? And the second question is, how do you think that will affect your ability to attract and retain the right talent?
So I guess one of the biggest things in the energy sector in general, not just off-grid energy, and we, as I said, we describe ourselves as this next generation utility, so we see it broader than just energy. But one of the big things we see is I guess, making energy smarter. It's been a fairly, energy is often quite a dumb sector, but it's sort of a dumb process. You know, it's not really using data as best as it could do. So I think particularly a data-driven innovation on the energy sector is going to be one of the biggest push forwards in the next few years. And that is going to change the nature of the people you hire. Already here, just in London, we have 7 or 8 people who are engaged in analysing our product data, understanding how it can be used to drive performance improvements and actions on the ground. But we see that accelerating over the next few years, and potentially, data-driven understanding of our customers, of our products, is going to become one of the major growth areas, I think, for this sector. So yes, that will change the nature of the people you hire. You're looking for more data scientists, more data analysts, data engineers, people who are comfortable processing large data sets and making decisions from them. So I think that's also something that the energy sector in general maybe hasn't done so much to date, and I think will become increasingly important over the next few years. And also on the financing side as well, if I look away from technology and into the financing sector, again, this is being opened up now over the last few years. Off-grid energy was not really a market 5 years ago. We were scrabbling for a few $100,000 5 years ago, whereas now, the amount of money we've raised is closer to $80 million. And that's something that I think is changing a lot, but also the nature of the investors will change. So we've got people like Deutsche Bank coming on board now with us in Rwanda. We've got EDF coming on board with us in Togo. We're looking at some interesting creative financial solutions to really tackle this challenge, which is capital intensive. And I think there will be people who've got experience of financial markets in the developed world will be looking at this as the next growth area, and we will see some more creative financial instruments being developed for the off-grid world in the next few years, which I'm excited about, because this market does require quite a bit of capital to really make it scale, and that's something either partnering with local investors on the ground, or by working with investors at the topco level. These are the sort of things that we need to be doing on a regular basis to make sure that we can reach the millions of people that don't have access to reliable power. It will require quite a bit of money, and that's something that we do need to focus on as well.
Chris, as a final question, if you had to give your 20-year-old self advice, looking back now, what's the one thing you'd say to yourself?
I think it's that decisiveness, it's that bravery in decisions. I think backing yourself when times are tough. I think, and there's often times throughout the last 8 or 9 years when we've made decisions that we could have made faster. We could have made, again, it's hindsight and looking at what's happened and how the market has panned out. 5 years ago, as I said, the off-grid energy market didn't really exist, so a lot of the decisions we took, we would have probably taken a different one today. But it's being brave and bold in those decisions, backing yourself at all times, knowing that often if you're creating a business, but also, in our case, we're also helping to create the sector, because we're one of the earliest businesses in this space, that you often, you are potentially the expert in that area, and you should trust yourself and your decisions to really accelerate the business. And that's I think the biggest thing, is just make those decisions earlier, faster, and be braver and bolder in those choices.
Fantastic. And Chris, look, thanks for sharing that with us and hearing the story as well. What's the best way if people want to find out more about the company, find out more about you, or connect with you? How can they do that?
Yeah, sure. So on Twitter, you can get a lot of information about us. So our Twitter handle for the company is @bbox_HQ. That's BBOXX. And then for me, it's @CBakerBrian. That's my Twitter handle. So you can hit me up on there.
Chris, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Cheers, David. Thank you.